Hey everybody, how you doing today? Hopefully your week has been well, and I want to give you a couple words of encouragement to help you push through and persevere throughout the remainder of the week and end on a good note. And this is my Motivational Minute. I do have this YouTube channel. It is underneath my name, Aaron Lassiter, and I would like for you all to like, share, subscribe, hit the notifications, and comment on the post because I want to be able to influence everyone and allow us to reach our true levels in life. Then here's the quote. When you lose a game, the score doesn't transfer to the next contest, but your habits certainly will. So this week I want to talk about what are your habits? What are things that you're doing on a normal day to day in your interactions? When you have great days, how are your habits? When you have rougher days, how are your habits? So most importantly, I want to see what are those habits when life may not be going your way, when things may not be as though they need to be, where perception is not meeting reality. So, how are your traits? What are you thinking about? How do you interact with other individuals? Because that shows you the true character of an individual. Not when things are always high and great and mighty, but when when trials starting to come, when obstacles start to appear, when you're not able to do your normal do every day, when you're not able to just kind of move around the way that you want to move around, what happens then? Because those things actually build up. So it's not about the wins in life. Sometimes I'll say it's about the lessons. So when you have a lesson that happens, right? How do you react? Because the character traits that you have now, those things transfer over. Not always the losses. And I like to always say that because again, I like to use sports references because I did play sports and I'm a big sports advocate. So when you lose a game, does it stink? Absolutely. Does it suck? Absolutely. Does it feel good to lose? No. No one feels good losing. Even when you are on a professional level and you get paid a lot of money in order for you to perform on the field, the court, whatever have you, on the diamond, whatever have you, you still want to be able to perform at a high level. You still want to win. So all the personal attributes that you want to have, or all the personal goals that you want to reach, you still want to be a winner. But what happens if you get a loss? What happens? What's your routine of a loss? Because that's the true character of an individual. What are you doing when trials come? Are you trying to figure it out? Are you just going to be angry? Are you going to be irate with life? Are you just going to be anxious and depressed? Or are you going to persevere? Are you going to figure a way out? Are you going to make sure that you can make something happen for yourself? Are you going to be the person to where people want to be around you, even if you may not be at your best? You're still able to say, okay, this did not feel good, but I know what I need to do moving forward. So these are the things that I talk about, right? And again, in life, I don't talk about losses. I talk about lessons because it's all about learning. It's always about growing and evolving. So when there's a lesson to be learned in life, say you tried to accomplish a business and that may not have worked the way that you wanted it to. Are you taking what you learned and then saying moving forward, I know what I need to do now? Or are you just saying, okay, well, look, that didn't work. I can't believe that didn't work. I'm just going to be quiet about this and I'm going to figure this out on my own. How are you interacting? How are you dealing with things? Those are the questions that you need to ask yourself because at the end of the day, it's about moving forward to the next step. Okay, there's something that may have happened. Does it stink? Absolutely. Again, I don't like to lose, but I do understand that when I do learn a lesson, because again, losses, I don't like to use those too much, but I have to jump between the two. So when I have a lesson in life, and I don't like to sometimes lessons need to be learned. And you understand those things and you grow from those said lessons. But what I always want you to understand is make sure you know what to do moving forward. Okay, so the next game or the next opportunity for you to be great, you know what you did before in the past, and you may not be able to do exactly what you did because you don't want to have the same result. So you need to figure out what it is so that way you can create the best outcome for yourself. And again, it's all about learning. I don't say losses are losses. I say they're lessons, and you need to learn from these lessons. So, again, when you're playing a sport, you take a loss, what habits are you showing in that loss? What are you doing afterwards? As well, again, that's in sports, but in life, when you have to learn a lesson, what habits are you having after learning that lesson? Are you going to be able to move forward? And are you going to be able to grow? Or are you going to just cry, oh, woe is me. Oh, I wish that I could be this. I wish that I could be that. I wish that I could be better. I wish that I could do better. These are things that you need to ask yourself, because it's about learning from the lessons. It's about getting the understanding of moving forward. It's not always about it's not about the lesson itself. It's about learning from it and moving forward. Because some people, and there are people that's in our lives, all of our lives, that when lessons came or losses came, they were not able to move forward. They were not able to adapt. They were not able to understand where they needed to go and what they wanted to do. So, when life happens and we have to learn lessons, and lessons occur, what are we learning from that lesson for us to be better? That's the question that we really need to ask. So this week, I want you to understand that and adjust your habits so that way we can be great for not only just us, but for the people around us. Because we need to be able to create circles of winners. We need to be able to create an understanding that, yes, this may have been hard. This was not easy. But I'm able to persevere and I'm able to accomplish my dreams. I want you to move forward with that greatness and understanding so that way we can be great. This right here is my motivational minute. And again, I would like for you all to like, share, subscribe, and comment. And at the end of the day, what I want you to understand is those losses or those lessons in life, when they do come, you learn from them and you grow from them. You learn from them and you grow from them. You understand what you needed to do to move forward, and you don't do what put you in that situation that just occurred. So learn, grow, and understand. Move forward with that, and let's all be great. I'll see you next week.